McLaren getting a car on the podium, that's pretty much what my first prediction was. What was one of your bold predictions?
Well, it was Daniel Ricciardo getting a top 5.
Okay, so about the same ballpark.
Well, yeah, like it wasn't my boldest, but McLaren, they're a really consistent team.
Yeah.
But they never get like insane results. I mean, we had Sainz get a few podiums last year, and Norris got 1 or 2, like you said earlier. But I'm gonna say this year, like I think I said this last show, I think they get a win at some point this year, and I think they're going to start off pretty good with Ricciardo getting either a 4th or 5th place finish.
Yeah, I mean McLaren, they were very neck and neck the whole season. I mean the midfield battle last year was crazy with Renault, McLaren, and Racing Point, and then Ferrari kind of for about half the season.
Yeah,
it was very tight, and McLaren pulled off to end up get 3rd in the constructors, mostly because they were the most consistent of all those teams.
Yep.
Racing Point, I mean, they got a 1st and 3rd in Sakir. They had a pole position with Lance Stroll. I think they were probably the stronger team, but they were just so inconsistent with their driving and their DNFs and all that.
Yeah, they had their fair share of mechanical.
Yeah, they had a lot of DNFs. I mean, like I said just a bit ago, Perez lost out on a 3rd place in Bahrain because of a blown engine. They had a lot of just up and down, some really good finishes and some really bad, whereas McLaren were just consistently putting both drivers in the points, and that's what ended up winning it for them. So they were very consistent, and then they lost Carlos Sainz to Ferrari, but Daniel Ricciardo's arguably not even arguably, he's a better driver than Sainz, a step up, just even, they're getting that experience, a proven race winner in Daniel Ricciardo. He has, like 9 total victories?
I would say somewhere 7 to 9.
7 to 9, like that. So proven race winner, multiple wins, and they're pairing up with Norris, who's he's elevating each year. He's getting better and better. And
fan favorite. People love his personality, which only boosts his stock.
Exactly. So, I mean, any team wants him because he's a personable person.
Love him.
But their consistency is going to help them. Plus, they've gotten better this year. Their rear diffuser looks very, it's different than the other teams. That's pushing them for some speed. They looked very well in preseason testing. I think they're going to probably be the main favorite for 3rd place in the constructors. Some people have been predicting that they're going to challenge Red Bull for 2nd or Mercedes for 2nd, depending on how good Red Bull looks. But I think McLaren is going to look very, very positive. We'll see how good they do in Bahrain this weekend. But my second bold prediction I had, Yuki Tsunoda is going to beat out Pierre Gasly for this race at least and get some solid points. I'm guessing a 7th or an 8th place finish for Yuki in his debut. I mean, solid in preseason testing, 2nd place in day 3, only 0.093 seconds behind Verstappen's fastest time.
Yeah.
Yuki put up a 1:29.05. He had DRS open a little too long on some of those straights, but we'll throw it past him. Still a solid lap regardless. He still was looking phenomenal in that AlphaTauri the whole time. So I think he definitely has a solid, maybe a 6th place, but a 7th and 8th.
Toro Rosso or AlphaTauri?
Sorry, clothing brand.
Yeah, well, I saw some Toro Rosso stuff on Instagram today, which is making me flashback to what I usually know. But yeah, they stepped up their program last year, and I'd expect maybe another little hop, skip, and a jump forward this year.
Mm-hmm. So that's my second bold one.
My second boldest. We're going points for George Russell.
Okay, I like it.
So he kind of had a traumatic race there last year when he was in the Mercedes. Led laps, got all the way back to like 14th.
Yeah.
Pushed back forward to like 2nd, got pushed back to like 11th, then ended up finishing 9th and getting fastest lap. Yeah. But I think he's gonna, be like, what, Mercedes, that seat next year is mine. Just go ahead, sign my name to it. And I think he's going to start off strong with a strong statement here in Bahrain and be like, hey, Bottas, what's up?
I'm looking at the results last year. He finished 12th last year in Bahrain, surprisingly.
In the Williams.
Beat out Vettel, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi. I mean, part of this was Stroll and Perez were both down, so he got some points there. But 12th place, not bad, even beating out Vettel. Latifi got 14th there, so it's definitely a solid performance. I mean, last year was crazy just in general with the Bahrain Grand Prix with Grosjean's wreck. Yeah. But he had a solid performance there, and then, like you said, with the Mercedes, I can definitely see Russell getting some points. I think he will. The car looks decent. They haven't really improved much at Williams because they're mainly focusing on 2022 specs, but I do think they're going to improve a little bit, at least over Haas. So.
Well, he's a great qualifier, which if he can get a decent place on the grid, I say he translates that to the race.
Yeah, I mean, if that comes true, I'll be very happy. I want him to get some first. I mean, he got his first points in Mercedes, but it wasn't near enough as much as you would have expected him to get. He got 9th place, and that's
what he should have gotten.
It was 25.
He showed that he deserved that he needs a top seat in Formula One.
Yeah, and he could prove it.
Yeah, he did prove it, even though the final result isn't what he wanted.
Anyone who watched the race knows what he could do. So.
Yeah.
All right, my last bold prediction, which is probably the boldest of all, is that Ferrari ends up third in the constructors after this race. So after one race, they'll be third. So third most consistent car. They're not on the podium. I have them, but fifth or sixth. If you get a car in fifth and sixth place, that's solid points. That can get you third, depending on how well both Mercedes or both Red Bulls or both McLarens go.
Correct.
It's probably going to need a lot of things to happen for this to come true, but we've already been teasing that this could be a chaotic race.
It's first race weekend. You know, we got some rooks in the field that can screw things up for some other people. We got
tons of guys in new cars that might not know it as well.
I mean, they don't know how the tire. I don't know. I mean, they're probably not bringing a new tire this year, but you know, they're gonna see how they wear, because I mean, tire strategy is what usually plays out big for every race, besides just pure speed like we always see with Mercedes. So I mean, that's valid.
I think it's pretty bold. I think we'll see what happens. I'm a pseudo Ferrari fan. I'm a Leclerc fan first off, but I also cheer for Ferrari as a team. So
yeah,
I'll take that. I'll take that any day.
Yes,
any
sir.
Day.
All right. Well, my boldest, I'm going double points for Aston Martin.
Okay.
I don't have any great reason behind this. I think Lance Stroll is an underrated driver, even though he's a daddy's boy.
Gotta agree
with
on
Lawrence.
that one,
And I think Seb's going to be like, yeah, last year sucked. This year, let's make it better. I think Seb's going to be driving determined. I think he's just going to be a little more go with the flow kind of deal, instead of like, yo, Ferrari, what are you doing? We need to be doing this instead of this, because he showed some visible discomfort last year in that car.
Yeah.
So I think Seb's going to be like, yeah, you know what? Let's compete for some podiums this year, maybe a win. And I think Aston Martin's going to have a good year, probably finish fifth in the constructors' standings.
They finished fourth last year, I'm assuming.
Yes, I think they
finished.
I think they beat out Renault.
Yeah, I think it was them, then Renault, Ferrari, AlphaTauri.
Yeah.
I'll take that as bold. I mean, you could say like, oh, Racing Point looked so solid last year that they could probably easily get double points. But Seb's been coming out and saying he doesn't feel super comfortable in that car. He didn't get the testing he wished he could have had.
It is technically it is Racing Point still.
Yeah,
but it's just different. Like they have different power units. Do
they?
I think it's.
Or are they still with Mercedes?
I don't know. I think it's Aston. Is it not?
No, I think they're still with Mercedes.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure there's like a Mercedes or an AMG somewhere on that car.
Oh, maybe so. I don't know. I love Aston Martins. If I can ever get enough money to buy one, I'm going to.
The new, was it the Vanquish or the Vantage? One of those looks phenomenal.
They both look great.
It's whatever the new safety car is. Like, those look great. Yeah.
Anyhow, so I'm kind of like, rooting for them, since that's what I like. But I think, I don't know.
I mean, them doing good, I think, is great for the sport. I mean, having a big manufacturer like Aston Martin coming back in the sport's already huge. And then them, hopefully, they're going to have the money situation figured out. They got Lawrence Stroll as an investor. They've had that for a couple years. Aston Martin itself coming in. Business-minded person. So,
I
mean, all that money coming in should hopefully improve that team and just gives another team to compete at the top. I mean, we had three teams with with Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari for a couple years at a time competing at the top, but it was always a Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull pecking order.
I think if they have any longevity to their program, I think they're going to be championship contenders here in 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, they got the money. I mean, they're a big program. It's not like you're a small team like Haas Williams or anything like that. You got the money. They should do it.